Hello, I'm Grapefruit. In this detailed video, I'll be clearly showing you how to effectively adjust HDRIs. An HDRI is essentially a complete 360-degree image that captures both the scenery and the lighting conditions. You can get them for free, and when you import them into Blender, you can use them as realistic lighting or backgrounds. However, sometimes when you import them, they don't quite match the image you have in mind. In this comprehensive video, I'll meticulously walk you through the essential steps to precisely adjust crucial elements like the exact position, the overall brightness, and the precise contrast of the HDRI image, all in order to get significantly closer to achieving the desired visual look you truly want. Alright, let's confidently get started. This time as well, I'll be using Blender 4.4. I'll be using the default camera, cube, and light as they are. Since we'll be using an HDRI file in this video, you'll need to download it from a website beforehand. I've included the steps for that in the video description. Press Z on your keyboard to switch to render preview. Now let's load the HDRI file into this scene. Click on the World Properties icon, which looks like a red circle with a stick through it. Click the small yellow circle next to Color. Then you can now click on the option called Environment Texture. When you do that, the screen turns pink like this. This means that while you're ready to set up the environment texture, you haven't specified an actual file yet. So let's specify the HDRI file that you downloaded in advance. Click on the Open button here and then carefully select the HDRI file that you previously saved. For this demonstration, I will proceed to select this particular file. Subsequently, you should click on the Open File button to confirm your selection. Alright, that completes this step. Now, you should notice that the background has changed a bit. Since the default camera is already set up, let's press 0 on the numpad to check the camera angle as it is. Yes, it certainly looks like this particular scene now. When you initially acquired the data, I believe it was an image depicting a beautiful blue sky adorned with fluffy white clouds, but at this present moment it appears much more akin to a perfectly smooth, highly reflective and shiny floor. Now, my objective is to meticulously adjust it so that the prominent cube appears to be comfortably situated within a vast, expansive blue sky with numerous clouds gracefully floating and drifting all around it. Next, we'll move to the shading workspace to continue working. A workspace is basically a working area. You can find these divided by tabs at the top of the screen. Let's switch to the shading workspace here. Now, let's also switch the 3D viewport we're looking at to render preview. Press Z and select render. Alright, now it looks the same as what we saw earlier. Then please press the 0 key on the numeric keypad to smoothly switch to the active camera angle. Right now, the upper portion of the screen prominently displays the 3D viewport, while the essential nodes are clearly presented at the bottom section of the screen. Let's proceed to carefully expand the node area a little bit, allowing for better visibility and manipulation. Next, you will need to carefully change this particular item that is currently configured and set to object. You will then proceed to adjust this setting to instead utilize the world coordinate system, ensuring a proper and accurate transformation. Now the corresponding nodes have appeared. Here there are 2 nodes and we'll add one more new node between them. Press Shift plus A. Go to Color and select Brightness, Contrast. Then left-click right next to the background node to insert it in between. Now it's been inserted here. Let's continue and add 2 more nodes. Press Shift plus A, go to Vector and click on Mapping. Alright. Next, again with Shift plus A, you can go to the input menu and then click on the texture coordinate node. Okay. By simply scrolling the mouse wheel, you are able to zoom in and zoom out like this. And by pressing down the mouse wheel, you can easily move the various nodes around the workspace like this. Now, let's connect the nodes we just created with links. A link refers to this string-like part that connects one node to another. Connect the generated output from texture coordinate to the vector input of mapping. Alright. Then connect the vector output from mapping to the vector input of the HDRI image like this. With this, all the necessary nodes are now set up. Now, let's adjust the values of each setting to get closer to the image you want. Before we proceed, just one additional note. For example, you can also adjust how the HDRI image appears by changing the viewpoint like this. However, if you carefully adjust by changing the viewpoint, the entire perspective from which you observe the cube will also significantly change. So what we're going to do now is adjust the background without changing the viewpoint from which we're looking at the cube. First, let's change the Z value of the mapping position. Please keep your eyes on this camera angle. I'll gradually change it to 0.1, 0.2, and so on. 0.3, 0.4. Now you can see some clouds appearing, right? 0.5, 0.6. Okay, we've moved the position like this. In the same way, you can also change the rotation and scale. Next, let's change the background intensity value here from 1, which it is now, to 2. Alright, now I think it looks much brighter. It did get brighter, but because of that, the background now looks a bit washed out, almost like it's overexposed. So finally, let's adjust the contrast. We'll change the contrast value here inside the brightness contrast node. It's currently set to 0, so let's adjust it to 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Like this, you can fine-tune it. For review purposes, I'll upload an enlarged image showing just the node section. It seems the correct term was luminance rather than brightness. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching until the end. See you again in the next video. This was Grapefruit.